Hi, it's Stuart from the Film Broadcast. You're about to listen to our audio podcast review of Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's episode 3. It's myself and Neil. We had really good fun recording this. It's a brilliant series. Okay, this is the audio podcast to remind you that there is no video. It's just myself and Neil discussing this brilliant series. Okay, I hope you enjoy it and thanks for listening.
Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Here's Johnny.
Oh, anybody home? Think, McFly. Think.
And welcome back. If you're hearing my voice, if you're hearing Neil's voice, it means it's that time of the week where we're reviewing The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's episode 3 called The Power Broker, and I'm delighted, over the moon, to say that Neil is with me. And Neil, how are you?
I'm very well, my friend. Very well. Looking forward to reviewing this wonderful programme.
Yes, very, very much so. I didn't know which way it was going to go, and I mean, I'm sure you'll be the same. Really, really enjoying this. It's so, it feels so big. It feels so like cinematic. It's just incredible, isn't it?
It is. It's brilliant. Every single bit. You're so gripped with it because of the story's just. It's throwing you here and there, and there's bringing different characters in, and you still don't quite know who everybody is yet. And this episode, it blew me away. To be honest, I thought it was fantastic. It really started heating up quite quickly.
Definitely. There was a moment where a little bit of wee came out of me during this episode, which is always a good thing. So I love the way it starts. Starts with the GRC advert, real propaganda. And I'm still on the fence about the Global Repatriation Council, as in, are they good? Are they bad? The only negative I've seen of them so far is, and I refuse to call him Cap, is Walker and Hoskins. I don't know if they're good. What's your thoughts of the GRC?
I think they're quite I don't know, they seem like one of those evil corporations that have got, like you say, a good propaganda team in front of them saying how amazing we are, but yet they're letting millions of people starve that are obviously in the camps and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think they're not. I think they've got their own interests and they're very good with a front. Plus, they've got Walker and Knob Chops as part of their team. Battlestar twat. I can't. So no, I don't like them. Instantly, don't like the GRC.
No, what I really, really love about this, and it happens a few times, is it starts off with Walker and Hoskins trying to capture that Carly Montague, and they go to the hideout, the internet cafe where she was, and you really see the real side of Walker, where he says, I mean, fair play, he gets spat in the face, which is disgusting, absolutely filthy.
I did clap at that point, though.
Yeah, but he says, "Do you not know who I am?" He's again, Steve Rogers, the real Captain America, would never ever say such a shallow comment like that, would he?
Oh no. It just goes to prove that he thinks he's the fucking nuts, and he really isn't. No one gives a shit about this bloke at all. The Americans obviously love him for the American dream and everything and what he represents, but no one else around the world gives a flying fuck who this bloke is whatsoever.
No, completely. And I'm so pleased he showed his true colours. And I wonder if that's just going to be the start of like a breakdown, because he is frustrated, and I kind of get the impression he expected that people, as soon as he puts a uniform on, people would bow down to him. They would open up to him and tell him anything he wanted. And with that suit becomes power. Yeah. It doesn't appear to be working at the moment, does it?
No, not at all. I think you're right. I think he's, like I say, he thinks he's Billy Big Bollocks, and he really isn't. Yeah, he's hard. He's a good soldier and all those types of things. He's done amazing things, but he is not Captain America. He's just someone wearing his clothes. That's all he is, and that's how people see him.
Yeah, he's a tourist. He's a fake. Let's get
He
rid
is
of him.
fake. Yeah, let's get him.
Definitely. I'm going to
We'll
start a
spit in his
petition.
face. Yeah.
I'm sure Marvel will listen to what I've got to say, honestly.
Of course they will.
And then it goes with Bucky goes to see Zemo. And what cracks me up is I like Zemo. I really kind of changed my opinions of him. And that's down to he's such a good actor and the writing's brilliant. But the way he starts using the old words to regenerate the Winter Soldier just as a test, it cracks me up.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's like, oh no, fuck, doesn't work. Oh well.
I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
And it's good because I kind of forgot about. I've not watched Civil War to kind of refresh myself. I just honestly couldn't be bothered to do that because I'm enjoying this so much, and it wouldn't add anything or change my opinion. But Zemo's hatred of the super soldiers, and that's the only issue I have got is the convenience of the plan of how they break him out.
Yeah, I mean, it's very well oiled, isn't it? But I find the whole bit hilarious. The fact that he's explaining to Sam how they could break him out, and then all of a sudden he just turns up.
Yeah, I don't understand how he obviously gave him a key card inside that book, but he used the key card from the inside of the cell, not the outside.
Yeah,
it was like kind of lubricated, greasy plot, really, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. Yeah. Let's be fair. It was. Yeah, it wasn't brilliant, but it was still very well done.
Yeah, and Zemo's obviously got, thankfully, conveniently, he's got all his wealth there from being a baron. And I like the fact that he pointed that out, that he said, I'm a baron, I've got loads of money.
Yeah, I'm minted. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, and I never gave that a thought, you know?
No, I didn't either, to be honest. I really didn't. And I thought it was funny the way he turned around and said, you know, smell the food first, and if it's off, give it to them.
It's always nice if you can speak another language that you can slag someone off in that language right in front of them and they don't know what they're talking about.
Unfortunately, I am too ignorant to be able to learn another language, so and thick as well.
The language of love that you speak, my friend, is
only for you.
All you need, you know. But what I did like is when they're having their conversation about Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And the fact that when Zemo sticks up for Sam in a way, and he says that he agrees with his comment, but he doesn't agree with the mouth it's coming out of. So that hatred he's got there for Zemo is really kind of apparent, you know.
Oh, yeah,
and it's a really well delivered line.
No, definitely. I couldn't agree more. It's poignant, wasn't it?
Do you know, throughout this, and we'll probably talk about more at the end, but I really like the three of them together. Do you?
I think it works really. I was wondering how this was going to work. I thought that Sam was just going to be a complete dick to him the whole time, but
yeah,
he doesn't. He is. He doesn't. He doesn't. He can see that he starts warming to himself, doesn't he? He still has the warnings like don't fucking go anywhere and all that type of stuff. But you really start that chemistry with them is fantastic straight away because Zemo just doesn't give a shit, does he? He's like, I'm going to do things my way, and I'll just play along. And he keeps trying his best to bring Bucky back to being the Winter Soldier and stuff like that. And it's just funny.
Yeah, I kind of feel that all the way through this, knowing how clever Zemo is, that they work together as a three so well. They're bouncing off each other. And I always feel that Zemo is as if he's looking at them, analysing them, talking about things to see how they'll react. Yeah. And that it's going to come into play later on, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I think at some point he's likely to double cross them because it's Zemo at the end of the day. He's not going to go back to prison. There's no way he's going to just go, all right, I'm done now. I'll go back to that cell.
Yeah.
So, you know, he is, you're right. He's very clever and he's going to do one at some point.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to escape. And obviously we didn't mention he picked up that purple mask, which will come into play later on.
Yeah, because he's looking for all his lovely cars, isn't he?
Yeah.
Picking some bits them up and then, yeah.
In quite a major way. And also this one obviously come back off the Wonder Vision. That I find this one's it feels a lot bigger, as in it's a lot more global, isn't it? I mean, like for instance, next we go to Latvia, where I think it's Kerry's with her mother, or going to look after, trying to be with her mother, who's dying of tuberculosis. We find out, but it just feels a lot bigger, doesn't it? Because it flicks around everywhere.
Yeah, it's a huge storyline, isn't it? This super serum and everything else it is huge. It's just they seem to have pieced it together very, very well and made like it's almost like you said before. It's very cinematic. It's very much like it's a film. They've recorded it as one of the big films, haven't they? But just split it up into a series.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this again, back to back. I think that experience will be huge. But next they go to Madripoor, that Zemo describes like a lawless island in the Indonesian archipelago, where he's obviously been before, and I think that's where the power broker is, which we yet to really find out much more about. But when they get there, again, it's I don't mind the convenience. I've not got problems with any of this whatsoever because it's just so much fun that they all have to be in character. He tells Bucky that he can't break character as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And conveniently, I mean, thankfully he didn't go with Thor or he didn't go with anyone else. He went with Sam because he's got to play Conrad Mack, also known as a Smiling Tiger, and he's a doppelganger of him, isn't he? It's so funny, so contrived.
Hilarious. The fact that is actually just a picture of him on the phone. It's so fucking hell. Were you twins? Were you separated at birth and then just chose to have exactly the same haircut and beard? It's just ridiculous. It's like you say, so contrived. It's fucking unreal.
It is. But they somehow managed to get away with it. I don't know if this was another film, I know I'd be slating it.
Oh, definitely. That's the thing.
They got a picture of Sam at a bar with sunglasses on. They go, damn, he does look like me.
Shit.
I wonder why.
I wonder. Oh, yeah, it's hilarious, isn't it? He's hating that suit as well, isn't he? He's like, he's even got a shit nickname and everything else. But no, it is funny.
It's brilliant. Yeah, he describes himself as looking like a pimp, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But what I like about Madripoor, I didn't know whether it's real or not. I've got no clue whatsoever. I've never bothered looking. But it really reminded me of like Blade Runner with the massive signs and massive buildings and like the billboards and stuff like that. The way it's set out and everyone stood in the streets with like AKs, and it looks like a lawless place, a really sinister place.
Yeah,
I love the setting.
The cinematography of this, the way they've made it, is awesome. I completely agree. It's cyberpunkish, isn't it? It's brilliant. Instantly just loved it because it's kind of my thing anyway. But yeah, Blade Runner definitely was something that popped into my head as well.
Definitely. And this, I would love to see this on the cinema. These kind of settings where it looks so cinematic on the big screen. I think it would be so good. It would be so good to see this at the cinema. It'd be good to see anything at the cinema, to be honest, at the moment. But
that's true. Yeah.
just to see this. And again, when they go to the bar, I was laughing so much that Sam's obviously has to be the Smiling Tiger, and his usual drink is like a shot with some like snake's intestines in.
Oh no! What the fuck is that?
He has to go, my favourite drink, so good, with a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's like, mate, this is not in character at all. I was thinking he is going to get made at any second during this because he's looking awkward as hell.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't believe that's him, so I'm going to make him his favourite, which is a snake's intestines in tequila or whatever. See if this idiot drinks it, and and then doing the stupid thumbs up. I was like, there's no way on earth that anyone would believe that's him ever.
Do you know, if I was a barman, I think I would have pinched one out in a drink and said, your usual?
Yeah.
Let's see if he drink it.
Rub the cock around the rim of the glass. There you go. That's how you like it.
It's just the way he's going, It's just so good. But so once they go and obviously they don't. I thought they were going to meet the power broker. That's who I thought they were going to go and meet. To be honest, I
It's a
didn't
good fight
realise.
scene, though, isn't it? Before that, where it all
Yeah.
kicks
Oh
off in the
man.
bar, and
What did you think of the fight scene?
Bucky just kicks everyone's ass, doesn't he? It's brilliant. Until they obviously will get the guns out, but it's just goes to show how double hard he still is. He just
Yeah.
fucking destroys everyone. It was brilliant.
I wanted more. When I saw this fight scene and just how ruthless Bucky was,
Oh
I
yeah,
wanted more. You know what I mean?
because it almost felt like, because obviously I know he's trying not to break character with the Winter Soldier, but it almost felt like he was back.
Yeah.
When he
And
was
that's
just,
what I love, because it's almost as if to stay in character that you've got to be the Winter Soldier, which you always get the impression is what Zemo wants, because when he's fighting, Zemo's smiling, and it's almost as if I'm helping you out, but I can also break you as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still in control of this sort of thing. And Sam tries to stop him at one point, doesn't he? And he's like, no, you've got to stay in character.
Yeah.
And Bucky at no point breaks whatsoever. And it's interesting that Sam's completely uncomfortable with all of this, and Bucky's in his element.
Yeah, a bar fight with Bucky is just, I want to see more bar fights. I want to see more fighting.
Definitely.
Up that violence, definitely. But Selby, I know nothing about Selby. Again, I've not referred to kind of done research as in the comics or anything history like that. But they meet Selby, who knows about the Soldier Serum, and says that if they can make that exchange and kind of give Zemo a clue of as to where it's come from, like the origin of it, that he'll hand over Bucky. And they say that it's Dr. Wilfred Nagel, or I think that's his name, who invented the serum. And their cover's completely blown. I love it when Sam's sister Sarah rings up, and all you can hear is them talking about the bank and Cheerios and kids.
It's just it's hard. Shit.
He's trying to style it out. Yeah, I am the man.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
That's so funny. He tried his best to hold that cover together, but I think once the word Cheerios is mentioned, I think you're a goner, really.
Oh, you're screwed, aren't you? And you're a Madripoor. You just drunk some intestines of a snake. But don't worry. Make sure I have my Cheerios, kids.
All of that is ruined by the word Cheerios. Is that good product placement or not? I'm really not sure.
Maybe Nestle paid a lot of money for that. Who knows?
Who do you think shot Selby? I don't think it's Sharon Carter. I just don't know.
I have no idea. That was never answered.
Because you see her in the bar with a hood on, don't you, turning away?
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know whether one of her own men shot her just to kind of up the ante and try and get rid of Zemo and the other guys.
I don't know. I'm glad she got shot though.
Yeah, she was
really fucking annoying. I did not like her character at all.
Fucking irritating.
Yeah, I think the character was good, but the actor, bless her, don't know her, but it was not very good. But no, I honestly, because I thought, oh, maybe it was her, but she arrived so quickly after they shot the people in the street. I was like, it can't be her that's done it.
Yeah.
So it must have been one of her cronies that's done it.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever find out, or whether that's just for convenience or not. I really don't know.
Hope we do.
Yeah, but it's great to see Sharon Carter again. I think she's so good, and I like the reference about her stealing Cap's shield, and the wings, which is obviously now she's on the run. I think she's a really good character. I thought in the Winter Soldier she was a bit underused, and that she might have come into Civil War more, but she didn't really.
No, she didn't, did she? And it's nice that they've placed her in this, and she is badass, isn't she?
Oh,
let's be fair.
Yeah, she proves that later on, doesn't she?
Yeah,
she really does.
She
kicks some fucking major ass. But the bits in between, before they get to the dockyard, are where they're at Sharon's place and they have the party. I have to say, Zemo dancing is quality.
Oh, mate. I laughed my ass off to that. He just looks so awkward.
Zemo cutting shapes. That is a gift. I tell you, it's so funny.
I can't believe that he's actually doing it. It's just fucking brilliant. just standing
But
there.
I love that side of him. You never saw that before. He's such a like smooth person. He feels so comfortable in this surroundings with beautiful women and money and stuff like that, and him dancing. It's just a side of him that I've never seen before. I love it. I really am enjoying it.
Oh no, definitely. It's strange, isn't it? It's almost like a piss take or a different side to who these people are. You see how, especially in this episode, you explore the different. You know that Bucky is quite cold, but you see that Sam struggles with the covert stuff and not being able. He's not very good at it, and you see the other side of Zemo, that he isn't all just out to kill everyone and get his own way. He's up for a laugh. He doesn't care if he can't dance.
Yeah,
He can dance. He doesn't care. I love it.
Yeah, so do I. It's so good, so good. And when they go to the docks to locate Nagel, I love the settings in this are brilliant. A massive dockyard, and the fact he's got his kind of covert laboratory in one of those containers it's just so clever. It fits in with everything Marvel and everything covert and the kind of spying.
Secret bases in places that no one ever goes. It's great, isn't it?
So good. And when you meet him, it's interesting what he says. I really do like it, because he says that he made the serum for the CIA to make super soldiers that were more human looking rather than like yourself, like ripped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's for the average person, isn't it? So they can be covert and anywhere. Yeah.
Me and James could be a super soldier, basically, if we wanted to be.
You already are super soldiers. Don't you worry about that.
You're so sweet.
Superheroes in my eyes, both of you.
But unluckily, he vanished when the blip came and he couldn't finish it. So
that's true.
But I love the fact that, because he talks about being like experimenting and finding the strain. Yeah. And it's clearly Isaiah from the last episode that you're talking about, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
And I really thought that was powerful. I thought that was great callback of fitting someone else in the story and getting that continuity. It just was so clever. It
made it make sense, didn't it? From the last one, because we were like, why did they go and see this guy last time? Other than the fact that it was to prove that the government aren't all that smiley and nice, and they do treat people badly. It shows that it wasn't just a one-off. He's obviously gonna come back into it at some point.
Yeah.
So I like the way that linked it all together.
That's it. It's brilliant the way they do that, because you do come away with questions like for this episode, to be honest, who shot Selby? It doesn't really matter, but they always, it's just like they remember and they'll put it in the next episode, so you get that continuity and it flows so smoothly. It's brilliant. It's such clever writing, isn't it?
It is. There's nothing worse than like when you watch a film. We've done it before, haven't we? And you don't know you don't know a reason for something.
Yeah.
And you have to try and put it together. Now this is a series, obviously, but they are piecing it together, and they're not giving it to you on a plate straight away. So they do make you think about it, which is what a good program does.
Yeah.
But then it gives you the answer.
Yeah, and I completely agree, because I always find that even from our side of when, say for instance, we're reviewing all of the Star Wars films, which we did, when you're writing for a production for a film like this, and when you're reviewing a film like this, and the Star Wars, from our side, you need to get continuity right, and you need to explain things. So there is quite a lot of pressure on like the podcast host who's talking about it to get things right, because that's what people expect if you're talking about a content, to know it. And that's why it's so pleasing for me and like for you and the other Marvel fans, that they've got that continuity and the knowledge as well to fill in those little gaps, which means so much. And it's done properly, and I think it's just the appreciation you get for it, and the enjoyment is massive because of that.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. There's nothing worse than sitting there going, well, how did that happen then? Who was that person? And then all of a sudden, it's just expected. You're just expected to believe that something's happened. And well, I want to know how it happened. I want to know how this is linked together. So no, you're right. It is good that they concentrate on it, and they know how big this is. Hence why they're able to churn out these series that people want to watch, and they're doing it justice for the fans, aren't they?
Oh, definitely, definitely. And they talk about the power broker funded Nagel, and it was then the 20 vials that were created, which we know Carly Montangale stole them, which was why she got the text. Again, that kind of fits in with the continuity when
It
she
does.
received the message saying, "You've got what I want. I'm going to kill you for it."
Yeah, you
And
stole
whilst they're
that from
doing
me. Yeah,
this, Sharon Carter, man, the fight,
so good.
it equals, even betters. Talk about female characters fighting in the Marvel universe of Black Widow. You know,
Oh, definitely, mate. She's kicking ass, every single one after the other, with knives and what she can do with an iron bar. Jesus Christ.
yeah. And these are big guys that she's
Yeah,
taking down as well, as you say, knives, guns, everything. And the fact that she's not just knocking them out, she's killing them,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is brutal. You don't often see that. Normally they're chokeholds or they'll run away and they're unconscious and that's it. But yeah, there's no holds barred. It's just
No,
she is taking them all out.
yeah. She's holding
Just
no prisoners
why do you think? Just that, probably a simple answer, but why do you think Zemo shot Nagel at the end of it?
because he didn't want him to make any more serum because
Yeah,
he
that's
hates it,
what I
doesn't
thought.
he? I think he goes off and finds that gun, doesn't he? All secret, and then they're still questioning. All of a sudden, bang, shot.
Yeah,
And I liked it. It just showed that side of him. It's like, yeah, I know I'm helping you out, but I've still got my agenda,
yeah.
and
Again,
I liked it.
yeah, and it was great because it needed to be done, and that's what you would
Mm,
do. He hates super soldiers, hates the serums, hates people who
yeah,
creates it, and
exactly.
yeah, it fits in with his character brilliantly.
Yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
if they hadn't have done it, then it would have weakened it, the storyline and him quite considerably. So I'm pleased that they stuck with it
yeah,
and added it in.
definitely. And then you get the RPG hitting the containers, which again is another, it's superb scene, action. It just blows up, it falls apart, and you get that brilliant shootout, which leads to the payoff of why Zemo picked up that purple mask and put it on from the car.
Yeah, I know. It's
And
good, isn't it?
Zemo kicks ass, and it's really good. Again, this is a callback, and I love the way they dip in and out of the comics because Baron Heinrich Zemo was the original Zemo, and
Mm.
he was a German scientist who was the first villain for Captain America, and he wore his purple mask and became permanently glued to his face after an
Ah,
experimental like adhesive glue that they put on there, and that the
oh,
mask was on his face permanently. So after he died, trying to defeat Captain America, then Helmut Zemo then began to wear the mask in his father's footsteps as a reminder of what his dad kind of accomplished and trying to carry that on. So
okay.
it's a massive kind of tick in the box for the comic books and like a nod of the head. And
Yeah,
Zemo kicks ass again.
he
He can
doesn't he?
dance. He can fight. I mean, is there nothing this man can't do? You know?
I don't know. I bet he's good in bed as well, isn't he?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's.
you
I
can just
bet he's
tell.
amazing. I
Yeah,
want to
but
find out.
I
Honestly,
honestly thought he was going to do one at this point.
I
And
did.
yeah, I thought he's like, yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm going to
Yeah,
take my private jet and piss off. But yeah, no, he actually saves the day, doesn't he?
yeah, and
At that
and
point.
it was weird because when he did vanish, I didn't want him to go
No.
because he's such a good, a brilliant trio.
Mm.
And I just didn't want to, especially with Sharon joining them as well. And the fact he gets that lovely car and just
Oh,
joins
isn't
them,
it just?
oh, it's so good. And Sharon obviously is going, which we'll talk about in a second, and where she's going. But when they actually drive away, I love the way that Sam says, "You're not going to move the seat forward, are you?" to Bucky.
It's like,
Again,
nope.
that little joke. They're always trying to one up each other. It's absolute quality. I never get sick of it.
No, definitely. Even in just had a massive fight, had a scientist been shot in front of them, things are blowing up, and they still had it just brings it all back down, doesn't it? It's just brilliant, yeah. It's like, no, I'm not moving the seat for you. Fuck off, mate.
It's so funny. And then again, as we keep doing, we're kind of flit into different countries. We go to Lithuania at the GRC supply depot, where Carly's there, and obviously going to stake it out, and they end up breaking into it, and shows how she's kind of how I don't know what a loose cannon or how dangerous or just how mental she is. That even though they take the food that have been stored there for ages and hasn't been moved and distributed, that and they're tied up and disarmed, the fact that she goes and blows up the place,
Yeah,
even to
I
her
know.
colleague was surprised, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was surprised, but she said, you know, she thinks that GRC's evil, so she's just no prisoners now, and yeah, it does go to show that she's not just all sweetness and nice saying I want to be a teacher and all this sort of stuff. You're a murderer, love. You're going around murdering. Those soldiers weren't bad people. They just
No,
work for people that potentially could be seen as bad.
exactly. And you can't be sympathetic to their cause if they're going around killing innocent people.
Exactly.
But and you get the clip where Walker suspects that Sam and Bucky broke out Zemo.
Yeah.
And again, this is the sinister side, and this gets me really excited. That you can see that they're gunning for him, and they'll do whatever it takes. And that's proven again by Walker or Wanker, either one. He says, as long as we find them, he goes, do you really think they're going to sweat us down? So something's going to happen. It's going to kick off. It's a really sinister thing. And again, Cap would never say this.
No,
And
of
Walker's
course he
not
wouldn't.
fit to wear that uniform.
No, of course he's not. Cap would have, tried to talk people round and, talked about all the good points of why they should do the thing that they want him to do, not just go around and say, I'm going to kick his ass and, start doing stupid shit. I really hope that him and Sam have a massive fight and he basically just knocks the crap out of him with his metal arm and just, it'd be lovely. Yeah. It'd be lovely.
It would be, wouldn't it? It would be so good. And you even get the next scene where Bucky and Sam are chatting. And he says, we need a new Captain America, and Walker isn't him. And Bucky even says, I'm going to take the shield from him myself.
Yeah.
And that just gives me goosebumps thinking of Walker just can't. He'd carry on and he'd go underhand. And I think he's got the power of the GRC behind him, who are funding some kind of mission. And I hope, and I don't know, I might be wrong, that, as you said earlier, that there's going to be something underlying here that is actually happening, another agenda, a bigger picture that Walker's part of.
Oh no, definitely. I think so. I think Walker's he is a soldier and he's got his own agenda that he wants to be Cap, doesn't he? He's always wanted to be him. But I reckon GRC are getting him to do things that he shouldn't be doing. But it'll all come out in the end. But I do think that ultimately there's going to be a massive showdown. In my opinion, it might be completely wrong, but I really hope there's a showdown between the four of them, and Battlestar gets his ass kicked for being a massive twat, as does Walker. And
it's in the comics.
I think it would be so good. But
because that's what he's like in the comics. It's all about America, and he's not about what's right and what's wrong and justice. It's his country. It's so.
Whereas Cap was the opposite.
Exactly, he was a lovely man. But so Zemo and Sam and Bucky go off to this is the end of it, which is where a bit of We came out. Go off to Latvia, and Bucky goes off on his own, and you can hear these beacons, these little beeps, and he picks these balls up, and he goes, "Oh, you two go off. I'm just going to go for a walk," and he goes off, and he ends up down at this back alley. And he calls out, he goes, I thought you'd come earlier. And you turn around and you've got Ao, who protected King T'Challa.
Yeah.
And she was in Civil War, and she's awesome. And
she's badass, man.
And it's so good because they even said, the comment, do you think Wakanda has forgiven Zemo? Do you think they'll forgive the fact that he killed the king? And now she's there and she wants she wants Zemo.
She wants to kill him.
It's going to get so messy. A big bit of We came out when I saw her standing there. Because it just, they're tying so many things in together. And they always said that in Wakanda that they would never forget, they would never forgive the king being killed. And the fact that they've gone to the White Wolf, which they called Bucky, is so good. And again, it just ties in, and it's so pleasing to the eye that it's such good viewing. I'm so excited about how messy this is going to get.
Well, that's the thing, and what we're on episode 3. There's 3 episodes left. There's no way they can fit all this in unless you just can't. there's got to be a second series of this. There has to be.
Yeah, I can watch this all the
But it'll
time.
be interesting to see how they get AO to join them, because I really don't see how they're going to be able to convince her not to kill Zemo.
No.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do to get her to join in or leave him alone until they complete their mission, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's
Because
going to be really
obviously
hard.
Sam will want him to return to prison.
Yeah, it's so difficult, isn't it? Because the
Yeah.
more and more this is going on, the more I'm liking Zemo, the more the trio are working so well together. So I don't know. It's going to be really difficult. And when Sharon Carter comes back into it, I mean, there's rumors on the internet that Sharon Carter is a power broker and she's the one
Ooh.
calling the shots. But I don't know. I'm again, as I did on WandaVision, I called so many different things wrong, and it got me in knots that I'm just going to see how it plays out. But
Definitely.
this
I did
is
not
just
see
so
that,
exciting.
to be honest. I didn't see her as the power broker, but I could be completely wrong. So, but
Because no one
you
knows who he is or she is, do they?
no, not at all. You haven't heard the voice or anything yet, have you? It's literally been some text messages and people talking about it, but that's about it. It's
Yeah, because I don't
So-
know whether Sharon Carter is, even if she's on the run or not, or is she just undercover? You just don't know, do you?
we don't know. That's the thing, because she could have gone back to America with Sam, and they could have, fought for her freedom. But she was like, "No, I'm not even going to try." They just put me in a set and all this sort of stuff. There's more to it, isn't there? So
Yeah,
maybe she is.
Yeah, she could be working for Shield, for Sword, working for either of them under deep cover as a double agent. Or just honestly, the potential is just ejaculating. Honestly,
It is. It is very
so
good.
exciting. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's ramping up so quick, and I love the fact that it's piecing so much together, and it's just, you can't wait for the next one now, can you? It's almost like you just want to press skip.
Yeah,
Get past it, just next episode, but you can't.
I wish I could, honestly. But yeah, that was episode 3 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Really, we're both just clearly in love with this, and like I am with you, and it's just amazing. So
The feeling is mutual.
Definitely.
I'm going to hug you later.
So next week we're back. We have the lovely James with us. We'll be doing Rush Hour 2 because we're different. We do things backwards. We're doing 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah.
So we'll have Rush Hour 2. Will it divide us as much as it did with the third one to the second one? I must admit, I've watched the second one already, and I don't see any difference between the second one and the third one.
Oh, okay, I'm going to watch it and then see. But it can't be, if it's anywhere near as bad as the third. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm going to. I can't do it again. I can't keep watching those shit films. But there you go.
So to me, it was the same. But the only good thing is the female in it, who's like the assassin, who's in Crouching Tiger and Grandmaster and everything else, is stunningly beautiful. So just keep looking at her, and it will keep going. It will get you going through the film, honestly.
That's all right then. Okay.
But that's it. This will be out, ready to listen to. Remember, you've got episode 1 and 2 that you can listen to, and our other podcasts are on the YouTube channel and on Android and iTunes. So thank you very much. I'm Stuart.
And I'm Neil.
And we'll see you very soon. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.